Okay, let's try this again. It's been a really long day. But I'm back. We're doing Saturday night movie review. So I'm gonna get comfortable in my chair. And tonight's Saturday night movie review is Jason, Friday the 13th. And this is the collector's edition. This is the one that has 1, 2, 3, the final chapter. It's got New Blood, Jason Lives. Oh, sorry, Jason Lives, then New Blood, then Jason Takes Manhattan. And it came with the Jason mask, but I have that in my room, so I really highly recommend getting, like, the DVDs of the Friday the 13th and the Nightmare on Elm Streets and the Halloween one, 20th anniversary edition is really cool too. I love that. So, yeah. I really needed this tonight. We dug out the fencing for the front yard, so that was fun. Trying to wrangle my child and put the fencing up, and it's been interesting. But I'm ready to start decorating. I'm excited for it, so yay, Halloween! Halloween is coming. I'm tired. I'm so tired right now. Anyways, my paranormal spooky time story. Actually, I could probably sit here for hours and hours and hours and hours and tell you stories about paranormal stuff, because I've always had things happen to me. Ever since I was really little, I've just been sensitive and, could not see things, but I only saw one thing one time. I was 6 and I was sleeping at my cousin's house, and I had to go to the bathroom, and this woman, or a shape, somebody, went through the end of the bed. And I woke up and I had told my mom, this woman or whoever went through the end of the bed, and she was like, no, go back to sleep, you're seeing things, you're dreaming. And it stuck with me, and they always talked about my cousin's house being haunted and the ghost of Mrs. Kavanaugh. And she would turn the faucets on, and she would, follow people down the hallway, and I don't know. My sister, I guess, heard sounds of snoring one night in the room they were in. So there probably was a few ghosts in there. I think she would play with the coat hangers, like they would make the coat hangers in the room when nobody was home. You could hear the coat hangers kind of jingling. So yeah, I knew what I saw, and my mom tried to convince me that I didn't see it, and I did. And I was always so fascinated as a kid with all of this paranormal, Bigfoot. Grandma, they used to live in Oregon, and they went mushroom hunting, and she swears she's found a Bigfoot, like, in one of the abandoned cabins or something. It was sleeping, and she woke it up, and it took off and ran away, and I don't know, they didn't really want to talk about it around me, because I guess I was too many questions. I was an annoying girl, so yeah. But I've always had stuff happen to me, and I recently have kind of been a little more comfortable talking about being an empath, or being empathic. When we adopted Jax, I guess I scored, like, off the charts with empath, or the empathic stuff. They had never seen a score so high, so I was like, well, it's just that's the way it is. I'm very in tune to other people. I can read other people. I take on other people's pain. Um, you gotta roll with it. It's just something that's an everyday thing, and I'm sensitive. I can sense when there's spirits around or when there's energy that's different, or, I don't know, and they seem to like me. They seem to like me and my friend a lot. Like I said, I've always had stuff happening. Every house I've been in, there's just been weird stuff going on with every house. When I was younger, my boyfriend and his friend, used to play with the Ouija board and everything, and I don't know, one of them claimed to be a Satanist, and I would assume they drew bad energy to them. I don't know. I feel bad because I don't think they ever closed any doors, and from what I hear, there are some weird stories, haunted stories about the houses they used to live in, that apparently there's still stuff going on in them. And I feel bad about that, but I started reading. My sister Brenda got me into the Ed and Lorraine Warren books, the Ghost Hunter books, when I was 13, and Annabelle scared the crap out of me. Like, that story, that doll, I never liked Raggedy Ann dolls. And this has nothing to do with the movie. The movie doll is, way scarier than the actual Annabelle doll. Annabelle doll is, like I said, just the Raggedy Ann, but you don't want to mess with her. And that has scared me. It stayed with me. I've always been afraid of her. So, ironically, I probably should tell you, okay, I applied to be on the Ghost Adventures show for Halloween. They wanted a 60-second video, and I applied. My name is Johanna. Kind of correlates with the girl that, I guess something to do with Bobby Mackey's or whatever. She was a Johanna too. But they all call her Johanna, so I'd be pissed off too if somebody called me by the wrong name for 30, 40 years. Anyway, I was also a 666 person. I got married in 666 in Vegas at 616, and I was really would like to go back and do a Friday the 13th wedding, because Friday the 13th is in October this year, and I think that would be a blast. I'm afraid of the museum because of my history of having things happen to me, but I wanted to go. I was like, yeah, this would be really fun. Of course, I wasn't in the top 20 even. So, and 2,000 people applied, so what can you do? So, I didn't make it to the cut of that. And I find out too that Father Sebastian's going to be there, and Bloody Mary's going to be there, and all these people were going to be there that I would have loved to have met. So, not yesterday, but the day before, or yeah, it was yesterday, no, the day before yesterday, the Ryan Buell from Paranormal State is getting out of rehab. He's getting his life back together. He's doing a lot of live chatting on Facebook, and he was on there, and people were talking about the Annabelle movie and wanting to know if he's seen it, and he was telling an Annabelle story because he's actually seen the real doll. He's seen the doll, the real Annabelle. He's friends with Lorraine, so, his story was that the doll's head was down or something, and he was alone with it, and the head was down, and it raised up to look at him, and it, totally freaked him out. I was like, oh, no, thanks, no. I'm really glad that she's at the Warrens Museum, they have a museum now that they have all their haunted items in, and that's like, I don't know, like East Coast somewhere. New Hampshire or something. Connecticut. Is it Connecticut? Yeah. Anyways, so people were talking about the Annabelle, the movie and stuff, and the doll, and he told his story. And apparently, while he was telling his story, Zach, for his Ghost Adventure show, had the actual doll at the museum. And, yeah. See, if I had gone to the museum and walked in and seen Annabelle, I would have been like, nope, we're done. Bye. No. No. I don't like her. She freaks me out. And it has nothing to do with the movie. The movie came way after. But, yeah. She was at the museum while I was talking to, Ryan was doing his live chat. And in the live chat, I said a couple times, have you heard about Zach's Haunted Museum? Because I didn't know if he knew about it or not. And he never answered me, so I don't know what his thoughts are on that, but it gets even weirder. I was going to do this story yesterday, but my computer wasn't working and my batteries died on my camera, and I just was like, alright, I'm tired, I'm done, I'll do it tomorrow. But last night, I was trying to get Jax down before I did my video, and Zach had posted again on Twitter, by Twitter, because earlier he posted by Twitter about how they had a special guest on their show, and everybody was like, they knew it was Annabelle, or someone knew it was Annabelle, because they were posting pictures of her. And then, I guess, later that night, like yesterday evening, he was eating lunch, or something. They were eating or leaving or something, and a lightning bolt struck, like, 2 feet from where they were sitting, like, right by his car. So... And he kind of was reluctant to, like, talk about it, because I suppose they want to hype up the show, they don't want to say much, but, we'll see. Hopefully nothing else bad happens. He didn't get hit or anything, so I think it just scared the crap out of him, and everybody is speculating if it had anything to do with her, and I was like, yeah, see, you don't want to mess with her. You don't want to, like, push her buttons or whatever. You just don't. It's still kind of creepy. I don't know. I'm waiting for the fall beer. It's a shock top, but I love shock top pumpkin and like blue moon pumpkin. I love those beers so much. Those are so good. And you'll have to forgive the heavy breathing. It's not me, it's the dog. Sookie's saying hello. I usually give her treats or something to shut her up, but I forgot to do that. Say hi, Sookie. Say hello, Papa. But yeah, I've had lots of scary things happen to me. I've had red orbs fly, like, at my face, and then I've got a picture of it as it, like, flew away. I had Ryan take a picture. I was like, take a picture that way, We've had many incidents of stuff falling down or being thrown or, I've had toys, like in a past apartment, I had toys that I saw were floating midair, and they were floating. One was on the floor, and the other one floated down to it. And I just turned around and walked out, like I wasn't even going to acknowledge it. I had toys that you set the toys up, and they would always constantly be flipped down, like they would be over. So I just stopped putting them upright, because what's the point? There was heavy booted footsteps that would come up the steps in that house, And I wasn't the only one to hear it. There were other people that would hear it, and they would freak out totally, and I'd be like, you know, oh, somebody's here. Don't know who he is, but yeah, that was in Bismarck. There was an apartment here that Ryan and I, the cupboard doors would always be open, constantly open. And then one night I was mad because the freezer door was left open. And I was angry and I was yelling about the freezer door being open, and this big stuffed animal, like, flew at me. And Ryan saw the freezer door open again. Like, later on, he saw it open by itself again. We've seen, like, the curtain slide sideways, like somebody was looking out. We've felt cold spots. I've just had too many things happen that I can't even recount right now. We went up to Trollwood a couple weeks ago, and I didn't know, like, I knew it was supposed to be haunted, but I wasn't thinking about ghosts at all when we went there. We just went to go up and check it out because I'd never been there. And, yeah, I didn't catch anything, but, you know, if you look on one of them, you could see a face, but it could be matrixing, so, I don't know. But it looks like a little kid's face, like, in the back, like, way in the back, by where the cemetery would be. Because I took it from, like, where the park is, and then you walk the trails, and then the cemetery is, like, laid out by the water. There's quite a few haunted spots here in Fargo. Lots of the, what is it? All the colleges always have stories, ghost stories. Cemeteries have stories. I've had things happen in, like, a lot of places. Supposedly, not Yunker Farm, I believe. There's like a children's museum that's supposedly haunted. And supposedly, though, it's female spirits, and what I smelled was cigar smoke. Like, I got the impression of the man standing at the window watching the kids when they were on the train, going around the train. But supposedly, there's no male spirit, so I don't know what that was. I don't know, I've just had little psychic things happen all my life. You get used to it. You just it just becomes like an everyday thing. So, I don't know, it would have been interesting to go to the museum because I have stuff happen. But like I said, to walk in and see Annabelle, no. I mean, I would have loved to have met Father Sebastian and Bloody Mary and everybody and be back in Vegas, but not if Annabelle was going to be there. I just don't. I've always been freaked out by that story. So, that's my paranormal spooky time story. Is it coincidence? Probably. I'm pretty sure it is, but still, it's creepy. It's a creepy story, and it's something I thought that would be fun to share. If you guys have any spooky or scary stories you want to share with me, that would be great. I love to talk about ghosts and hauntings, and I keep saying I want to go, like, do a video, Facebook video, and go up to a cemetery and do that, so that would be fun. My house where I live now doesn't have a lot going on. When we moved in, I saged, and I pretty much said, you go in the basement, the basement is yours, everything else is mine, and you cause problems, I'm saging, and you're going out, gone. But still, we've had little things happen that, you know, noises, mostly noises. Recently, July 4th, I was woken up by firework, and I heard like a calliope sound, like a psycho, crazy calliope noise, and Ryan sits up and says, well, that's your phone, and I'm like, no, that's not my phone, that's your phone, and he's like, it's not my phone, I'm like, it's not my phone was shut off. And it stopped, and I was like, well, it has to be Jax's book. It's got to be his circus book that's under the bed. It has to be. Of course, there was no book under the bed, so I don't know what that was. Hopefully it wasn't a crazy guy standing outside my window and his phone went off. And Stalker? I would be scared. I think a real person would have been scarier to me, like knowing somebody was outside. Occasionally we'll hear the neighbors come home, but I don't believe it was the neighbors, so I don't really have an explanation for what that was. But things have been quiet. I've been saging a lot, getting ready for Halloween. I really haven't found any Halloween decorations or anything yet. I just don't have any money to buy. But like I said, we put up our fencing today. Like, we have wrought iron fencing. Thanks, Dan. My brother-in-law, Dan, gave me wrought iron fencing for $40. I love it. And we took I have, like, what is it? It's a flower, but it's like a weed. It's morning glories, like the morning glory. And we ripped it all up off the sidewalk, like pull it up, because it grows in just bunches. I mean, it just grows like everywhere. So we pulled it up and it comes in strings, and we laid it over the fencing. So hopefully it'll dry and look really good. And I'm looking for tree branches to stick the tree branches in the spokes as well. You know, go big or go home. We really don't have a lot, so this is going to add a lot of, like, coolness to my Halloween decorations. But okay, I should probably go watch my movie and get this uploaded to you. But yeah, have a good night. Bye.